Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam via Sports Matters. We're joined by the lovely Georgia Smith. I had Georgia on with me last year. We had a great interview, and a lot's happened since then. So, Georgia, first of all, I want to ask you, how was the Hall of Fame? It looked incredible.
It was really good. We all came together to make it happen during this crazy time. I wasn't sure how it was all going to work out and turn out, but as you saw, it worked out great. Unfortunately, we didn't have an audience, which I, wish we could have had. But, it was really exciting. And I'm glad we finally did it and it happened. And, Davey is now going down as a Hall of Famer. And I've got the Hall of Fame ring, as you can see. Yeah, I've got one. My brother's got one. My mom's got one. And my granddad's got one. The inside of mine says DBS for Davey Boy Smith. And we also got this lovely plaque.
Oh, wow.
You can see there that you put on like the belt.
Awesome.
That was really cool. I can't believe it's happened. As you guys know, it's been a long time coming. And it's finally happened. It's really cool.
Like, I remember we spoke about this. It would have been about a year and a half ago. So it was supposed to happen, I suppose, the Mania prior. But we spoke about it. And you're obviously on the campaign trail, even though we all kind of, I suppose, expected that Davey was going to be inducted at some stage. But you kind of, you set up the website, the Facebook page, Instagram. It was all massive. It's been a long journey for you personally, Georgia, because you've put in so much work. You've had fans all over the world reach out to you with pictures, old pictures of them and Davey back in the 90s and stuff. It's been, I'd say, emotional and incredible at the same time.
It has been, and thank you for that, because every single day, as you see, I do something for my dad, and I try to remember him and honor him. And yesterday it was 19 years ago that he passed away, and if I can do whatever, and along with the fans, if we can do whatever to keep his legacy alive and still burning for the future, that was my goal, and that's all I've wanted. And the Hall of Fame happening, these things I've just been hoping would happen, but other things that are coming up as well that I can't say. And last time you and I spoke, I was actually, I think that week or like a little after that we spoke, I filmed the icons for his upcoming icon coming up. So that's going to be really cool. His is going to be the final headlining episode. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. People are asking like, well, how accurate is it? I don't know. I haven't seen it. They've just interviewed me and my family and other people. And it was just a crazy time filming it with COVID and the restrictions, but we made it happen. And I hope it's going to be a really cool thing for us to see and, honor him. And you guys can see not only the superstar, but the father I had and the person he was as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're watching all the videos, because obviously we watch a lot of the stuff you put on, Instagram and Twitter and all the platforms, and it's huge. And it's just great seeing all the people that have reached out to you. As I say, it's powerful, because I think we all got quite emotional yesterday, because look, it's been 19 years, and obviously when I grew up, I always remember having your dad's lunchbox, because I went to school in England. I lived in England the first couple of years of my life, and it's just magical. But it's all down to your hard work, and you know what I mean. Hard work always pays off. But we have to speak about the Hall of Fame day itself. You looked fabulous. Your mom did, and your brother.
What a queen! What a queen! I'm sorry now, Jerry. I'm really sorry to cut you off, but Georgia, sequined leopard print. My soul left me. I was just like, oh, and then of course I had to have a nose, and it's just like, you're fond of a tad of the leopard print, and I was like, separated at birth. But oh my God, I absolutely stand. Sorry, Jerry, I just thought I was just gobsmacked. Phenomenal. Sorry, Jerry, go on.
I agree. And Georgia, this is where we have a girl on the team, because girl power. Girls are taking over the world, and this is what we want. But yeah, it looked amazing. Like, we were waiting for the pictures to come up, and then we seen you put the pictures up. We could have got a first glimpse, and you all looked fabulous. How was Vince, and how was all the crew? Because obviously you were on a carpet with so many legends, but how did it all go on a day? Obviously you were quite happy with it.
Oh yeah, thank you for the leopard print was a last minute thing as well because I had a dress, a blue one, navy, and when I took it out of the closet, I was going to wear it last year, and the beading and everything, the mesh was all falling off it because it had been sitting in my closet.
I've seen it, yeah.
I was like, okay, I got to find plan 2, plan B, and it was like 4, and then I looked and Fashion Nova had it for $80.
Awesome.
So,
amazing.
like, I'm gonna take that. So people asked me when I did an appearance in New York, they're like, how much was your dress? Was that like $1,000? I'm like, no. So kudos to Fashion Nova and thank you. With the actual Hall of Fame, yeah, I saw Vince very briefly. He just said, because we all had to like take our pictures and like they were doing like, first it was like the Bella Twins, then NWO, then us, and it was kind of like, and they can only allow like so many people in the room at a time. So, and especially it was like one Hall of Fame person at a time. So yeah, I saw him quickly. He just said, hi, Georgia. Hi, Diana. And he commented on how good Harry looked and we all took a picture and he loved Buffy the Bulldog. He thought Buffy was, because I think Vince has like a bull mastiff and Shane's had a few bulldogs and the whole bull breed is very popular amongst the McMahons. So he was Buffy won a lot of people over. And that was pretty much my interaction with him. And Hunter gave me a hug. And yeah, that was about it, really. It was just kind of like, because they had to finish and film Raw the next, like right after we filmed the Hall of Fame. So it's kind of like, all right, chop, chop, let's go. But yeah.
And did you obviously you got to attend WrestleMania? Did you go to Mania in the end, or did you stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the day one of WrestleMania because that was the day the 2020 was getting honored. So I went to that, and it was, oh God, with the weather. That was because they kept having to delay it, and it's crazy because that whole week it was beautiful, sunny, like Disney Trek weather outside. It was beautiful, and the day of it was beautiful, and then it was like hit 8 o'clock and it's like torrential rain. Yeah. And I remember when Rexa was singing the national anthem, my mom and I went out to the outside to watch it, and the security guard, like when she was finishing up, said, you guys got to take cover. And my mom and I were like, what? And then I just saw like all the camera crew people, they're all running around because they needed to film content because they kept having to delay it and they kept having replay the video. So that was a bit stressful, and I was just like, dear God, can my dad just like have this moment? Like, and it was just so typical because like it was the one time that like WWE had an audience back, and I was like, come on, like God, why are you doing this? And you know, WWE, when it cleared up and it was safe for everybody to go all back outside and continue, they did. And our Hall of Fame thing, when we all got up on stage, that was right after Shane's and Braun Strowman's match. So we all were in gorilla position, and then we went out. And luckily I didn't slip or anything, but my dress was soaking wet. The dress, I think it's kind of ruined now. Did its course. So thank you, dress. But yeah, it was a bit stressful, but thank God it happened.
It looked incredible. Now, I know Joe wants to ask you a few questions before Liz gives you a little quiz, and then we'll obviously talk all about you because we know you have big plans moving forward. Now, I know you can't tell us everything, but you might tell us a little glimpse. Who knows? But Joe, what kind of questions did you have for Georgia? Because I know you're a big fan.
Yeah, I just wanted to take you back. I posted that video a few days ago of him with Zig and Zag fighting on the TV show.
Yes.
Were you familiar with Zig and Zag? Do you remember them? Would you have ever heard of them?
I didn't remember them, but when I lived in England for 5 years, 2013 to 2018, I saw some program and they were like being interviewed on it, the little puppets.
Yeah,
Like, I remember them, and then somebody had sent me the magazine with my dad on the cover of it with them, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. But I thought that was really cool. That was like when my dad was like Hulk Hogan in the UK.
Yeah. Back then, he was like, it was Hulk Hogan and him. Over here in Ireland, everybody knew who Hulk Hogan was, and everybody knew who the British Bulldog was. Even back then, relations between Ireland and the UK weren't as good as they were then. But back then, everybody over here still loved him for who he was. He was just, like you said, icon. He was an icon here. Like, we grew up loving him, and being on that show was just, sent him in the stratosphere for us, and it was cool to see it. So when I found it online, I had to send it off. But back then, there was a pay-per-view, or was a special in the Royal Albert Hall that he did the Battle Royal. And as far as I know, in that pay-per-view, there was a clip of him visiting your grandparents at the time, or they did a scene, or went back home to visit them, and he was talking with the grandparents in it.
Yeah, they went to Goulburn, they filmed like my dad's school, they went over there. And was that when, the Royal Albert Hall, that was with Andre when he came in, correct?
He came out and helped him beat the $1 Million Man, I think, maybe.
It was a typhoon, earthquake.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it was. And coincidentally, it's Andre the Giant's birthday today.
Yeah.
So I'll do a little post. You just made me think to honor him for his birthday, that clip. I think we actually came with my dad that time, and he was, well, as you can imagine, he was pretty massive. Like, we couldn't go anywhere without him getting stopped everywhere. But that zig and zag, I love that. I had never ever seen that clip until recently. So all these things, like running my dad's page, like all these things I'd never seen of, I'm learning new things all the time. So thank you guys.
Just to stay in the UK, NXT UK is hot at the moment. I'm sure his legacy has led a lot to that actually being a brand with the WWE. With the USA, they've had a lot of tournaments named after people. Do you think it's okay, to push something like having a cup or a tournament in the NXT UK named after your father?
Yeah, and that's funny that you say that, because years ago with, I can't remember what promotion, but Wrestle Talk with Alex Shane, if you guys know him, he was trying to do, and he actually did like a British Bulldog tournament cup. And Zach Gibson from Liverpool, he won it. And that was back in like 2014. So, I mean, that would be amazing if like NXT UK did that, because honestly, I don't believe there would be an NXT UK if there wasn't the British Bulldog.
Absolutely.
Yeah, agreed.
100%.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
That's good. That's George. I just wanted to do some memories with you.
I love it. Now we're just going to go to Liz. Liz, we had Eric Bischoff on the other day, Georgia, and Liz kicked off our new quiz with Eric Bischoff, and it went down quite well. So, Lizzie, it's all to you, and then we're going to talk to Georgia then about perhaps future plans, and then we'll leave her go because she's got a busy schedule as always.
I bet.
Speaking of Andre the Giant, my hand's right now in front of the camera.
I love it. Oh my god. Honestly though, but like even before I start with that, I just when I found out that we were going to have you on, because I'm still new to WrestleSlam, and I just remember thinking, right, I need to know more about Georgia. Aside from, obviously, I mean, you come from royalty. There is no doubt you come from royalty. And I'm so glad you're carrying it on. But like, I mean, it was just super, super important to kind of just know a bit more. And when I delved in to see how many things you're actually running, the amount of balls you have in the air is actually crazy. So I just think there should be like a massive shout out of appreciation for the amount of work. It's one thing to keep somebody's memory alive, but to actively, promote out into the world to this whole new generation of fans, the impact he had, as Jerry said, like my childhood was British Bulldog, Mr. Perfect. That was my childhood. And like, even when the memories come up yesterday, phenomenal. So the work that you're putting in is just, I just think it's amazing what one person, and I'm sure there's a little team as well, but what you can do when you put your mind to it, it's such an example to set for people, to get the fire lit and keep it going. So yes, definitely massive stan here for sure. I think you're fab. But yeah, I'm going into what we've started off recently as a quiz with Liz. So what it is, it's going to be like a series of quick fire-ish questions, and two options to choose your answer from.
Okay.
It's just kind of to get to know you a little bit better more than anything, and it's because I'm seriously nosy. That's what it is. That's what it is. Kidding. So yeah, Georgia Smith, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Fabulous. Good woman. So, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sun or snow?
Sun.
Okay, cool. Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas.
Excellent. Chicken wings or chicken nuggets?
Nuggets.
Good woman. Bailey or Bianca Belair?
Bianca Belair.
Good woman, yes. So here's a good one. Davey boy with hair braids or Davey boy without hair braids?
Davey boy, as a fan with braids, as his daughter without braids.
Great answer. Polka dot or leopard print?
Leopard print all the way.
Good woman. Horror or comedy?
Horror.
Excellent. And finally, running power slam or standing suplex?
Standing suplex.
Excellent. Fabulous. Georgia Smith, thank you very much for quiz with
You're welcome. Enjoyed that.
Love it. Now, Georgia, we see today on Instagram, we're very, very lucky today because we know you're extremely busy. Look, I know how many messages you get every day about interviews and stuff. So the fact that you interviewed with me a good while back and today, it means a lot. Now, I know you can't probably talk about it, but I just have this big feeling because I always know you do big stuff. You don't do small, you do big, and everything you do, you know what I mean? It's incredible. So you have big plans, big goals. Is it fair to say 2021, 2022 will be a bigger year for you?
I don't want to. The past couple of years have been pretty big with my dad.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it will be. I mean, I don't know if I can top Hall of Fame, but let's hope it will be on par.
I love it. And obviously, look, I know you spent, like, when we done the interview a year and a half ago, look, you spent time in the UK, you've done a lot of great stuff. Obviously, the last couple of years have been really busy with everything that you're doing via social media and interviews and stuff. But you're obviously on a positive route going forward because, look, I know the way you think, and I know, yeah. So it's good times ahead. We have to keep an eye, obviously, on what's to come, maybe.
Yeah. There's a few things in the works. Some new exciting merchandise of my dad's, which I wish I could tell you guys, but until I get the actual prototype, I can't tell you guys, but I think you guys will really, really like that. He's got some other filming stuff going on. And, quite possibly, I don't want to jinx it, but a beer.
Oh, yes.
First Bulldog beer. Those are a few things that I've been working on. He's got a graphic comic I'm working on right now as well. So he's got a lot of things going on right now. And so as you mentioned, this is one of the 2 last wrestling related interviews I'm going to be doing. I know I'm going to have to do some press for Icons coming up. Yeah. And if you want me back for that, of course I will come back for that to talk about that. But yeah, I'm trying to. I'm very grateful for wrestling and the life it's given my family and stuff. But outside of sports, there's a whole world and a whole life outside of that. And I think it's just about time that I branch off and do my own thing, if that makes sense. Yeah. And run my dad's stuff and. This was kind of my dad's Hall of Fame. I think that was kind of it. Like, that was the big hurrah. And if my brother goes back, I'd love for him to get the world title. I think that would be amazing to see because that's something my dad didn't get. So that would be a cool thing to tick off the list. But as for my position with it, I'm running my dad's stuff. It's really given me a good business mind. And like what you guys were saying before, if you want to do something and you want to put your mind to it, you can make anything happen. Obviously, it's going to take day-to-day work and passion, and you got to care about it. Yeah. But I've got some ideas and some things in the works for Georgia, and continuing to run my dad's stuff as well. If that all makes sense. I know I kind of talk out loud.
No, but you're gonna have plenty of options on the table. Like if you said in the morning you want to do TV work, or you said in the morning you want to do something else, you're gonna have all the offers on the table. So it's interesting, it's fun, and it's good times ahead for you. So like whatever you decide to do, it's going to work. There's no doubt about that. Like,
thank you. I needed that.
I just know. I know when I talk to people, you just know instant. It's going to be huge. But look, congratulations on the last couple of years. Because look, I know how hard you work personally from speaking to you, on Instagram and on interviews and stuff. It's been a hard road, but you've done it. Hall of Fame, it's in the bag. Lots of more big stuff to come. We'll make sure we have links up to everything that you announce via Davey Boy and yourself and the family. We'll have links up. Hopefully Harry gets back to wrestling, and I know he's kind of busy, but hopefully he's back in as you said, WWE, and he does win the belt. That'd be awesome. But Georgia, you're an absolute star. We always appreciate you coming on. Hopefully we can travel next year. I'm hoping to see you perhaps at WrestleCon or some convention. Lunches on me, by the way. I'll probably owe you 2 or 3 lunches at this stage.
Yes.
It's all on me, so don't worry. We'll catch you soon, and we'll send all the links, and we'll make sure you know about it, okay? So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Georgia.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Be safe.
Bye.